Dum dum jelly roll, dum 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 tootsie roll, dum 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 shirt on backwards roll, dum 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 dum. The shirt on backwards roll, down no AM whiskey sign. You go like this and go like that, and this is how we whine. Bum 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 bum. Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of AM Whiskey. I'm Aaron. This is Mark, and today we got the second part of a duo that we wanted to see if we could try and find this year. Lo and behold, we got them both. You've already seen the Bombergers video. Now let's get into the Shenks.
From Michter's, coming in at 91.2 proof. Boy, this is a warm-up. Like you mentioned, 2024 release of Shenk's. This is bottle 1760 of 2701, batch 24E2246. Is your glass...
It's empty.
Oh, it's empty.
That's the only problem with
America.
I don't like empty glasses.
You don't like empty glasses? Well, I guess we're going to have a little bit. Oh, that's a lot. So then we go like this.
Oh, jeez.
I saw a thing the other day where someone had posted on one of our videos that Mark and his uneven pouring and having to give Aaron extra out of his glass was entertaining. Heard a lot of good things about Shenk's, right? 2023 was supposed to be amazing. 2022 is supposed to be really good. Rumor is that 2024 isn't all that in a bag of chips.
It smells interesting. This is one of those... we're big fans of Michter's. The Bombergers and Shenks were two of the bottles that we hadn't come across. This year we happened to be able to get both of them, so pretty excited. We'll see how it goes.
Excited. I'm very excited about
I think I always wanted the Bombergers more because it was higher proof.
Yeah, it's higher proof, and it's always supposed to have been, like, rumor, or what they say is that the Bomberger's more well-rounded, more complex, a little more,
It's got a funky nose.
little more, spice and wood tannins going on usually. The Shanks is supposed to be more like the sour mash, because this is the Kentucky sour mash, so this is like the special finish of their sour mash.
It smells like a freaking rubber Super Bowl.
It does have an odd nose to it. It's not dark, but I can see what you're talking about.
It's just, to me, it's got kind of a rubbery kind of nose. It smells like
upper glass does.
When you were a kid and you went into the quarter gumball machine and got your little rubber Super Bowl and popped open that thing. That's what it smelled like to me.
Kind of a little
Some
bit.
of you might be too young to remember those days.
Most of you. Unless you look like me.
We both got a little gray in our beards. It's okay.
Little gray. Taking a halfway pass for Santa, man. You can tell it's the first pour of the day. Drink's real easy.
Get a little cocoa powder on there. Some sweetness in the back. A little vanilla.
I got the vanilla. I got the brown sugar. And actually a little... I guess it's just first drink of the day spice. Not really spice, but just... Maybe it's just a little bit of proof. A little bit of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I get a little bit of a hug. I
think that's...
some spicy when I tasted it. I thought it was pretty sweet. The first note I got was kind of a cocoa note, and then it kind of went back into a vanilla.
I got the vanilla. I missed the
back.
cocoa. No,
It tastes kind of thin, though. It does taste a little thin.
Yeah. That one was... That sip was a little bit weird. It almost had a little bit of wood to it. This bottle has been open about a month? 3 weeks? Give or take? I feel like...
I think I'm acclimating to now having had a sip because that was not nearly as... I didn't get as much ethanol on that sip.
I didn't either. Palate.
But in that same vein, the finish seemed to dissipate a lot quicker.
Yep.
That time.
Yeah, the first sip, I thought it actually lasted pretty long in the palate.
Now, these change every year, right? They're not the same. They get something different. Was there a special kind of finish on this one?
I think that's part of the thing with Shanks and Baumburgers is the bottles don't tell you, or I haven't figured out where on the bottle tells you if it's got a different finish or if it was in a different type of barrel with a different char. I think you have to go on their website to find that sort of information.
Yeah, something tells me that this was like finished in a sauterne barrel, I think. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
I think you're probably right. What's a sauterne barrel?
It's some kind of wine, like a sweeter dessert wine, I believe.
That's interesting.
Got my phone right here.
Well, that's really weird because, I mean, there is some sweetness on the palate, but it's more of like, other than the vanilla, it's mostly a dark sweetness. Like I can get the cocoa now, and actually the cocoa lasts quite a while. I get the vanilla. No bright fruit. Maybe a little hint of plum, but there's virtually no spice. I mean, this is a total. Yeah, it's good. I think it's decent. I feel like it's drinking a little better than when we had it a few weeks ago. It is. I mean, it's 91 proof, so it is on the thin side compared to where we normally like to drink. Almost 20 proof points lower than Baumburgers. What'd you find? Anything?
According to their website, 2024 release of Shenk's Homestead Sour Mash whiskey is an expression made with a substantial amount of rye. This offering uses whiskey that is aged in French oak, sourced from the Vosges region of France before being naturally air-dried and seasoned for 24 months and being toasted to our specifications. The unique grain selection for this release includes malted rye and caramel malt, which offer a nice creaminess to complement the rye-forward herbaceous and spice qualities.
It's interesting. Like my last sip, I got a lot more, I would call it wood and other characteristics, like wood and spice in my mid-palate. And like the sweet was kind of non-existent.
Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of spice on that first one.
Well, I mean, you do have a pretty high spice desire. It's not super spicy.
Still get a little bit of that chocolate. I'm not getting any herbaceousness on this at all. To me,
really,
a
little.
I don't know.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Maker's 46. Just a touch.
I see. I don't think so. I think this is darker than that.
I would agree.
More. I think this has more spice than that. Now that being said, it's a different. I think Maker's 46 has a sharper quality to it, perhaps. I'd have to go taste them back to back. Basically, I think this is a good pour. I don't know that I would go out hunting for it.
Yeah. And I don't know. Well, so MSRP's got to be like 130, 150-ish. At that price, I'm not chasing it. Especially for the flavor and other stuff. We don't grade based on cost.
No, we don't take cost into account. But I will say that the experience to me is not worth that. Now, is the whiskey good? Yes.
All right. Yeah, it's good.
It's interesting. I would definitely drink it. I'm not going to be like, ooh, this is terrible. I think it's better than average whiskey. I'm going to give this a 7.3.
Interesting. 69, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. 6 point.
I was going to say, the scale doesn't go that high.
Oh, new record-setting whiskey, Shenk's 2020.
6.9. Okay, I mean that's
6.9.
I can see this.
7/8's the good. It's not my preferred notes. I like it because it's really low spice and it's really easy drinking.
I think
it's totally crushable.
I think the reason I went 7.3 is because of the uniqueness. Mm-hmm. It tastes like a well-crafted whiskey. Mm-hmm. It's not a very good whiskey. It's not exceptional. No. Again, I don't think for the $130 it's worth that. But at 70 to 80, 90, I would consider it. That's where I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I think that's the hurdle with the Shenks and the bomb burgers is every year they're different because they're different finishing or just a different release, a different year of maturation, and each release is different every year. This one's a darker year.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what else you want us to review or what else you'd like us to talk about or present on the channel. Anything else you want to add? Ron?
I think you got it. So, cheers.
Keep the whiskey flowing.